Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with my first ever commentary in what feels like forever. Today we're going to be jumping into the world of Destiny 2, and of course, with the release of Forsaken just right around the corner, you know Bungie has even more information to go ahead and drop on the community, and with the new Bungie blog that they posted on August 9th, 2018, we got even more clarification and information on a little bit of the certain details a lot of people have been trying to get their answers for, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about right here is the world map. Everyone's been kind of wondering how the world map is going to shift around, where the planets are going to be, and here is your first look at it. As you can see, Earth is still right there dead in the center, and the Traveler is now pushed up just a tad bit where Mercury used to be. Mercury is sliding over to the left. Io is on the far top left, which is a complete change from where it once was, because now it goes from Io to Mars and Titan in the bottom left-hand corner. Nessa's in the top right, and that's fine. None of that has changed. But if you look on the map really closely, where in the world did the Leviathan go? There's no Nessus orbit, unless when you click on Nessus, it'll bring up the other option for it. We don't know yet until we actually get to go hands-on with this thing. Crucible is now in the bottom right. Gambit, the brand new PvE PvP mode, is now in the bottom, and of course the Vanguard is where you're going to find all of your strikes. But the meat and the real good new part of this entire new map is of course the Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City. Tangled Shore being the full-on story campaign, and of course the Dreaming City being the end game once we get to that point. Now that you see on all of that, let's talk about the milestones. A lot of the milestones that are in the list are actually going to disappear on a weekly basis. They're going to be on a new rotation, at least some of them are anyway. The raid's still going to be on a full week, but everything else is going to be like every 4 days or so. You're not going to see certain things pop up where it would say, oh, you do this and you'll get a powerful gear, you know, a powerful Ingram. That is now changing, where once you go to the activity, it'll actually highlight, as you can see here in this quick play little screen, where it says matches completed, 0 out of 5, and underneath it says powerful gear. That's how that's going to be changing. The next big thing I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about is how strikes are going to be working over in Forsaken, and that is there's going to be power level strikes this time around. Basically, it's going to be listed as power 300, 400, and 500, and as you reach each of those levels, once you hit 40 levels above that particular level, it's going to fall off the list. You're not going to be able to go ahead and select it anymore. You're only going to be able to select what's there and above. So, with that being said, the power 500 level is always going to be there for those who want an extra challenge and to have one hell of a time. Strikes indeed will have modifiers, and they are adding heroic adventures across all destinations, and both the adventures and the strikes are going to have the same modifiers every week. A same singe, a buff, and a debuff. They're all the same across everything, so that way you know exactly what you're going in for, you know what loadout you need to have, and you're not going to be confused and having to switch all your gear around like crazy when going from activity or strike to strike or whatever it may be. Now, the next thing I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about is the economy update. Basically, a lot of the currencies are changing, and some of the things are going to be shifted around just a little bit. Destination materials are going to become your main source of reputation on their respective destinations. We already know that. And destination materials will become part of the cost to infuse different weapons and armor across your arsenal. So that's something completely different. So if you have like a specific weapon that you want to try and infuse that's for the EDZ, but yet you're trying to infuse it with maybe something from Nessus, maybe it'll cost more. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that's going to work. And Year 1 challenges that granted reputation tokens are being retired, but will be replaced by bounties offered on each destination that provide destination materials. So that's actually really fun and exciting to know that we're going to have even more vendors offering more bounties, including Eververse. Eververse is getting bounties as well. I know Eververse is a really touchy subject, but it's always nice to have an in-game way to earn those things that she's selling. Now, the other thing that you need to go ahead and try and take advantage of, and know this ahead of time, destination tokens and rare destination materials are no longer awarded, but you can still redeem them for reputation if you have them in your inventory. And for all of you out there that are currently running Solstice of Heroes and just dismantling everything you get because there's no use in like 99% of it unless you're trying to find a specific gun or a piece of gear that has an element on it that you want to try and save for Forsaken, you're breaking it down, you're dismantling it, you're getting those gunsmith materials, right? And you're stacking up on them. Like I'm close to 5,000 gunsmith materials right now. It used to cost only 40 gunsmith materials to get a reputation package over from the gunsmith vendor, right? Well, in Forsaken, that's changing. Due to how much people are stacking up on these materials, it's now going to cost 100 gunsmith materials to get an Ingram and your reward from the gunsmith vendor. So do keep that in mind, that it is going to be a little bit of a grind. So if you want to continue trying to earn those gunsmith materials to get a little bit of an extra bump to find new gear and random rolls, as soon as Forsaken launches, keep grinding and keep dismantling before this season is up. Now, Iron Banner, Vanguard, and Crucible tokens earned in Season 3 may be redeemed at their respected vendors in Season 4, so don't get rid of them. It's actually really, really exciting. Trials of the Nine will be on hiatus during Season 4. We don't know if that means it's actually going to come back or if it's just completely taken out of the game until further notice. We'll have to wait and see how that works, and those tokens will not even be redeemable because there's no way to even get to that without even activating Trials of the Nine each week. You can't get over there, so yeah. That's just the way it is going to be. Now, the last thing I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about before I go ahead and take off is collections, right? Collections are a really, really big part of Forsaken and how you can actually start to dismantle stuff, but there's a lot of things out there that you need to be careful of. If you enjoy energy weapons and having those guns that have solar, void, and arc on them, find a gun that you really love. If you like Uriel's Gift, if you like Sins of the Past, if you like certain guns where you just think you have to have each of the 3 elements, find 3 of them and keep them in your vault, one of each or whatever you want to do, because it's already been data mined that all the weapons that are being pushed from year 1 to year 2 are going to have a static burn on them, whether it be arc, void, or solar. So when you take it out of your collection, it's going to have that static element. You're not going to be able to change it in any way, shape, or form. So if you want to make sure you have a Sins of the Past with all 3 so you can go into a certain mission and just wreck stuff with it, that's fine. If you want a Uriel's Gift to ensure that you're able to do the same thing and take down enemies rather quickly and get rid of their shields, wonderful. Try and make sure by August 28th, that's the cutoff date, you need to have it basically by midnight that day, that you have what you want in your vault in the order you need it in, because once it hits that point, you're stuck. And if you want to go ahead and see the full list of every single weapon and what the element it's going to have on it in the collections when you redeem it, head on over to the link in the description. I already have that down there. Anyways, guys, this is a bit of a longer video than I would normally make, but there is so much news with Forsaken coming out all at once. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. I hope that you guys come on this journey with me in Destiny 2. No, I have not forgotten about the Division 2. Gamescom is right around the corner. Not only are we going to be getting more information on that, Destiny 2 is going to be getting some love too. So if you haven't already, guys, be sure to go ahead and drop a like on this video. If you made it to the end, put something stupid in the comments. I really don't care what you put. And more importantly, if you're new, hit that sub button, guys. Thank you all for the support. I'm back, baby. We have full live Twitch streams going on almost daily every single night. So be sure to hit the follow button over on Twitch. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.